Hello, hymn people. We've got another episode of hymns, history, and dodgy harmonies for you. Expect some chat about Charles Wesley, also a new feature of Aron reacting to some worship-related social media content that I'll show him. It's good stuff, that. And I talk about a chord sequence that I use all the time. It's a bit more nerdy. And we sing at the end, as per usual. You're listening to Hymnology 101. We hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to Hymnology 101 with me, Sam.
I'm Aron.
Great to be back in the hymn room with you, Az. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thanks. We're going to talk today about, surely one of the most prolific hymn writers ever, and yet we've not even bothered covering him yet. Charles Wesley.
Disgraceful.
Charles Wesley's disgraceful?
No, the fact that we've not talked about him, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We're disgraceful, yes.
Yeah, we're disgraceful. He is not. Although some people would say he is, but yeah, he is not.
Some Calvinists would say he is, would they?
Lots of people, yeah.
Yeah, feel free to message in if you think Charles Wesley is a disgrace. But we're going to talk about him today, and specifically one hymn that we have tried to, and have now published a version of. We tried to renovate one of his hymns, Jesus, the Name High Over All. So as ever, stick around for some dodgy harmonies at the end with Aron and Aron.
No. I always forget about that bit.
Yeah, we don't rehearse, by the way. We just...
Yeah, I come to that bit and
give it a go.
Oh, yeah, we have to sing now.
Yeah. Anyway, Aron,
yes.
can you give us a hymn tidbit? Just a little nibble of some hymn-related info.
Got a really good one. And
I'll be the judge of that, mate.
So you've heard of John Wycliffe?
Yes.
He translated the Bible.
That's it.
Into English before. You know, this is before the Reformation now, so it's.
You're telling me King James didn't do that? Imagine that. He's like, it's my Bible. I translated it for you.
It's 200 years before
the
King James, yeah, or maybe nearly 300, yeah.
Okay.
So he was born in 1328, died in 1384, and he had a lot to say about the church at the time. He wanted to reform it, which is eventually what the reformers did, or tried to do. But he wanted to do it, a lot earlier.
Yeah. And
he had some ideas about, what needed to be changed. He wanted the Bible to be in the hands of the laity so they could read the scriptures for themselves, which is why he translated the Bible into English. He was persecuted for it, and he obviously died for it.
Sorry, I don't know why. That just quite quickly went, and obviously he died for it.
That's what they did. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They kill people for trying to change things.
Wow.
Trying to give the gospel to people, they're like, let's kill them.
These days, people just don't care. That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
yeah. He had...
There's nothing hymn related yet.
I'm
waiting.
He had a lot to say about lots of things, but he had a lot to say about music and songs.
Okay, did he like it? Did he like music and song?
I think he did.
Okay.
But obviously in the church at the time, there was a lot musically that was wrong. Like, people didn't sing congregationally, it was sung to, and it was in, not their language and stuff. So,
was it Latin and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had a lot to say, and this is what he said. He said, our songs and the songs of the past, they do not agree.
Oof, hang on a minute.
Our songs and theirs do not agree. Ours invite jollity and pride. Theirs led to mourning and to dwelling longer on God's law.
He sounds like a modern commentator on praise and worship songs.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
He's saying the old songs don't agree with the new ones.
Yeah.
The new ones are bad because they're just about pride and jollity and, pride.
Yeah.
And The old ones are about the heart, mourning,
weighty
and dwelling
matters.
on God's law. Yeah.
Oh wow! So what? Basically, your point here is Wycliffe's experience as he looked out at what the church is singing. Well, I guess might tally with something we have observed and felt a bit. And I'm not saying necessarily. I'm not talking in our local church, but just I suppose when you look across, modern, popular praise and worship, I suppose you could say it's leaning more into jollity
and pride. You know, I don't know how many times I've been somewhere. Less churches, more, Christian conferences, and I won't name them, but where the musicians are performing, and they're clearly gifted at music and singing. But it's more about the performance than about...
It's about what's going on the stage, not what's happening in the congregation.
Yeah, it's less about the word of Christ dwelling, in the congregation as they sing psalms, songs, and spiritual songs. But it's more really about the performance and the act and the...
So even though stylistically, of course, what Wycliffe is commenting on would be so different.
So different, yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of parallels there, isn't there? That is interesting, Az.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hymn Tidbit. Brilliant. Now, I want to start a new feature that I've had an idea for a little while. You see, I sometimes will scroll through Instagram, will scroll through Facebook, and they know me well, the algorithms, and they send me, like, music, worship-related stuff. And sometimes I want to tag you in it, and then... because it's made me laugh. But then I remember you do not social media. Not really.
Well, I do it in different ways, don't I? I was just social media in there when I was...
Sure. Was that Twitter? No. Or X?
I was... I get my facts right. Wycliffe wasn't killed. He died of a stroke. But he...
Oh, because you're right. You said that's what they did back then. They killed everyone.
They did.
Okay.
But Wycliffe...
He died of a stroke.
Yeah. His followers were... persecuted and
okay, sure.
Yeah. But he
you fact checked yourself.
I fact checked because there was something in the back of my head going
yeah, I'm just saying stuff now, I'm just chatting. Yeah.
And I just in case someone is listening and going, hang on.
Oh, if people fact checked this,
he should
never
know
get
his
done.
Stuff, and I don't know everything. So
no, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anyway, my point is, I want to do a thing called Aron Reacts.
Oh my days.
Where live time I share something with you. And this particular video is obviously what we try and do is take old hymn texts and make new tunes to it. Right? More maybe like something that feels a bit more contemporary.
Yes.
This dude, this pastor, is taking a popular song tune and backing track, but adding Christian words. Right, and I just want you to see it and tell me what you think. All right, so I'll overlay this onto the Spotify or the audio and the video. But here is, have a listen.
Let's go. The devil tried to block me, tried to stop me, but no. Trying to steal my blessing, but God said, oh no. I'ma send some angels to help my remnant. They're gonna see my goodness in the end time like never before. Devil, do you really think you can stop them? You can block them, devil. Do you really think you can stop them or block them, devil? Do you really think you can stop them or block them, devil? By the power of the blood, you are defeated.
No! He's dancing. Is this in church? This is in a church service. No. Is he a...
Oh, devil! You've been hit by, you've been stuck by the word of God.
That is mental. Is he being serious?
I
can't
think
tell.
so. I think he's been Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the context is of that. It's just a dude singing "Smooth Criminal" by Michael Jackson. He's changing the words though this time. It's like the opposite of what we do. So I'm just thinking maybe there's an avenue here that we could explore, Aron, in our hymn writing.
I hope we don't perform like that.
No, he's got some zeal about him. So there we go. That was great.
Got some moves, definitely as well.
That's yeah. Well, that's Aron Reacts, everyone.
Oh,
if you enjoyed that, we can do more of that. Maybe even send in like videos you want Aron to react to.
No,
that would be awesome, actually. Anyway, okay. So, but let's get down to business. Right?
Yes, we
digress. Charles Wesley, Aron, talk to me. Wezzo.
Yes, what a hymn writer.
How many hymns did he write? Ish. Is there some
like
figures you got?
6,000 hymns.
That's so many. There must have been some absolute rubbish ones among them, though. Surely.
Who knows?
You can't write 6,000 brilliant ones. There must be some really like average ones.
There are lots of good ones, aren't there?
There's lots of good ones. I'm being facetious.
I wonder if someone's done a dissertation about that.
Oh, surely, yeah. The hymns of Charles Wesley. There must be
the less well-known hymns, the rubbish hymns of Wesley.
Yeah, like because we talk about like what's on their number one on the best of, but there must be like some that end up on the scrap heap as well.
Yes, definitely.
So, and is that just the published ones or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, they must be. Those are the ones we know about.
Gosh.
Yeah, so
it's amazing. So, well, talk to me.
Well,
who was
obviously he's in the 18th century, so as many of these guys are that we've talked about, it's the century of the hymn, I think.
The 1700s.
The 1700s, yeah. So he was born in 1707 and he died in 1788. So he lived a decent long life.
Yeah.
He was born into a Christian family. Nice. He had 18
too many
children. So he's one of 18. And you might know about John Wesley. He's the other famous Wesley.
Yeah.
But yeah, his mum had 18 kids.
That'd be a cool sitcom, wouldn't it? The Wesley House.
The Wesley House.
Just like, these two brothers who are quite well known, and then all these others, and they're a bit like Charles and John think they're so great. I don't know. And there's no room in the inn.
Yeah.
The house is so bustling. Anyway, yeah.
Wow. That's a great idea.
So, do you know where he was in the pecking order?
I don't know.
That's a big ask, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, so he's one of 18.
Yeah. Mental number.
Yeah, it's too many. I mean, his poor mother. Goodness gracious me.
Yep.
Go on.
So yeah, I don't think it's clear where he becomes a Christian, but he becomes a Christian quite early on. And he's involved in the movement, which is called the Methodist movement.
Yeah. He pioneered the movement.
Yeah, basically, him and his brother and George Whitefield, who we've talked about quite a lot.
We've not done an episode on him, and yet he appears throughout all of our episodes. Somehow, George Whitefield.
He's less of a hymn writer, isn't he? So we've not needed to. But he's influenced all of these other hymn writers. Yeah.
Wow.
But Methodism, again, it's just... There's so many hymns that have come out of that movement, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And
cool.
Methodism, do you know what that means?
No, not... Well, I mean, I've been to the John Wesley Chapel and Museum in Bristol.
Yes, for a stag.
For a stag do. That is a classic Christian stag do, isn't it? Should we go to a John Wesley Museum? Why not? It was actually class, and I really recommend it.
Wow.
So they didn't want it to be, I don't think, like a new...
No.
Sort of, what would we call it? Denomination or something.
No. They were trying to do something good within the Church of England. So they would meet in each other's homes, and they'd keep each other accountable, have Bible studies, they'd preach, and they were just really... had a heart to just follow Jesus and be holy like he was holy.
Yeah.
And they wanted to help each other in that. And there was none of that being done, on a regular Sunday.
No.
So they would do stuff on the side. Yeah. And it became this movement.
It grew.
And it grew and it grew and it grew and it spread. And
now it really is. It has been a denomination.
Worldwide, isn't it?
Yeah.
So John and Charles and George Whitefield they were the main preachers, really, the main propagators of Methodism. And the Lord blessed them in it. And,
Yeah.
Huge revivals happened through them. So
Wow.
yeah, but he was a hymn writer.
Mm.
He was ordained in the Church of England, and wanted to write hymns for the church, and people who really wanted to follow Jesus, and so he just wrote.
Amazing.
Yeah. And interestingly, he wasn't chucked out of the Church of England because he was part of this movement, although others were, but he remained in good standing in his death.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
they didn't. I don't know why, but yeah.
So, in terms of, we're particularly interested in his hymn writing.
Yes. His big hitters.
What are his big hitters? Yeah, what are we talking about?
And Can It Be?
Can it be? Yes, it can be. And
And
Can It Be? What a good song.
I would say Arise My Soul Arise.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's another one.
These are big ones.
Christ the Lord is risen today.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Question, is he just writing the texts? And are these being put to tunes?
Yeah, it's just the lyrics, isn't it?
Yeah, just the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what they used to sing them to?
Yeah.
But they were obviously put to tunes later on.
But these are great hymns. I mean, obviously, whenever we sing And Can It Be,
Yeah.
it always takes off. We try and not sing it that much.
Hand raisers.
Hand raisers. Yeah, that's right. It's ones you've got to end the service with, because where do you go after that? I don't
Yes.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. And Arise My Soul Arise. Yeah. We love that one. Yeah. So he was prolific though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Obviously, we haven't even touched his Christmas songs.
Oh yeah. Is it Hark the Herald?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the best carol. He wrote the best carol. Yeah.
I don't know. Joy to the World.
Nah, Hark the Herald stomps on it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Hark the Herald's
It's
awesome.
really good, isn't it? Yeah.
But, there's this one, Jesus the Name High Over All.
Jesus the Name High Over All. Yeah. So, yeah, we took this hymn up with a desire to renovate it, give it a new tune, and just think about how to sing it as a church. Because Lee was preaching a sermon on hell.
He was, yeah.
So, it wasn't, obviously it's like, well, how could we be saved from hell? And like, what is the answer to hell? But it is a reality. And obviously Jesus would preach on hell more than anyone else in the Bible, really.
Mm.
But yeah, he said, there's this great hymn called Jesus the Name High Over All that has a line about how he turns our hell to heaven. I'd like us to sing it.
Such a great line.
Yeah. And I thought, cool. My hymn knowledge, this is partly why we do this. It's so I can learn, Aron, a bit about hymns and history.
I'm learning as well. But,
cool.
Yeah.
But you definitely have a wider foundation than me, a stronger foundation of knowledge. So I'm like,
foundation. Sorry,
yeah.
I just started singing because
you are Ron Cleard Williams. Because so I didn't know this hymn, so I looked at the hymn text and thought, yeah, this is cool. But I thought, I don't know the tune,
yeah.
So I'm just going to try and take this opportunity to make one up.
Yes,
but if I'm doing that, I may as well try and emphasize that line of he turns our hell to heaven.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why you put it in the chorus.
Yeah, so I sort of added this chorus where that became a bit of a refrain. Anyway, that line, just to re-emphasize it. Now, can I talk about something I've not really delved much into, which is chord sequences, because that's how this started. Oh, yeah, see, this is how I feel, Aron, sometimes when you're like, oh... the past, it's so wonderful.
You're the one asking the questions.
I know. I know. I do want to learn, but sometimes...
Do you know, on the tune stuff, so I don't know the old tune for this, but there are many people in our church,
yes,
who do, because they used to sing it here.
Yeah, that's true.
As Sue talked to you about it.
Sue said, I thought you were going to sing this tune and then you didn't. And I don't know if there was a slight disappointment in her tone. No, but she was like, I do really like, though, what you're doing, bringing the old hymns back. And I'm like, yeah.
Bring them back.
But no, Aron, I hope you like music. I think you'll find this a bit interesting, right?
Okay.
Now.
Open my eyes, hang on.
There is a chord sequence that is, I just notice it a lot in songs.
Yes, okay.
And I've called it the descend ascend. Right. I'll show you. Right.
Have you coined that? Have you copyrighted it?
Maybe it's got a name. I don't know.
Write an article about it. Descend ascend.
descend, ascend chord sequence. Because, listen, it's easier if you hear it on a piano, but it's... So you go down.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
You see? So it's descend and ascend.
Ascend. You know who's going to love that? Johan. Because of the creed. When the kids learn the creed, they say he descended and...
Yeah, we've done a slight abbreviation.
Ascended.
Not all the church will know this, on the Apostles' Creed to help our kids learn it. So I believe in Jesus, who begotten and born, suffered and died, crucified. Gosh me.
Descended,
ascended.
and Johan loves going ascended like that.
Nice.
And then ruling and returning.
Yeah, but so this chord sequence. Oh, sorry. Let's play it properly, shall we? Okay. That turns up in a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Basically, one of the most popular songs from the 90s by Oasis. So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late.
It goes down.
Walking on by.
And it goes back up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it goes.
It descends and ascends.
Yeah. Descends and ascends.
And you've just taken that idea and...
I've used it already in a few of our hymns.
Yeah.
But it's so wonderful and resolving, and it's that we go down and then we come up quite quicker come up as well. But it's just that this chord sequence, so Jesus the name high over all, in heaven or earth or sky.
It is really beautiful.
So just that's
bit of
maybe listen out for that.
A music tidbit. A music
tidbit. Yeah. I just copied Oasis basically.
Yeah. If you're going to copy anyone, you're going to either copy Oasis or Blur, aren't you?
Yeah.
Or Radiohead.
Yes. That's as far back as I go, the 90s. You go back to the 1700s, but I'm just back in the 1990s. So, that was really the beginning point for this tune anyway. I just thought, let's get something in this chord sequence. And then, then later on added a chorus and stuff like that. But, so, I don't know. Should we just go for it? Should we sing it?
Yeah.
We've got
the words are amazing in it. I love this hymn, so... Let's do it.
Cool. Okay. I haven't got any lyrics. We'll do a little fade and then we'll sing the song. Thanks for listening. Oh, any questions for us for Hymnology 101? Send us a little message in. That would be great. But thank you for listening. We'll sing Jesus the Name High Over All.
Jesus, the name high over all, in hell or earth or sky. Angels and mortals prostrate fall, and devils fear and fly. Jesus, the name to sinners dear, the name to sinners given. It scatters all their guilty fear. It turns their hell to heaven. It turns their hell to heaven. Jesus, the prisoner's fetters breaks and crushes Satan's head. Power into strengthless souls he speaks, and life into the dead. Oh, that the world might taste and see the riches of his grace, the arms of love that welcome me, would all mankind embrace, would all mankind turns our hell to heaven. He turns our hell to heaven. His only righteousness I show, His saving truth proclaim. All I can do whilst here below is cry, behold the Lamb. Happy if with my latest breath I may but grasp His name, preach Him to all and cry in death, behold, behold the Lamb, behold, behold the Lamb. His name high over all, His power knows no end. Oh, praise to Jesus, who turns our hell to heaven. He turns our hell to heaven. His name high over all, His power knows no end. Oh, praise to Jesus, who turns our hell to heaven. He turns our hell to heaven. He turns our hell to heaven.
Thanks for listening to Hymnology 101. That song that we just sang is sung far better by Niamh Lister on our new EP, The Mercy Seat. So maybe go give the proper version a listen. It's on Spotify and wherever you get, your podcasts, your music and stuff like that. It may be a little while until the next episode, but we'll get there. Give us a follow, keep an eye out and all of that stuff. Until next time, ta-ra.